I have to ask, Dracula, what stage is it at?
Well, he's an undead vampire from Transylvania who is, I don't know how long, maybe it's 500 years he's been around, who can tell? What happens is he bites people. I'm messing around. It's the early stages. We have had a lot of talks, a lot of meetings, favourite parts, throwing ideas around. We're going to go away to start writing it. Is it February yet? Next month.
You said before you're considering it setting in the modern day like Sherlock.
Who said that?
I'm apparently you, according to the researchers,
Never
or
said
someone. Any decision on that yet?
Never said that.
We also heard that you'd be interested in starring, and if you did, you'd be up for playing Renfield.
Again, somebody said, if you were in it, who would you like to play? And I said, well, I suppose Renfield's the part. That doesn't mean I'm going to play Renfield, nor actually I'm desperate to play Renfield, but that's the part, if I were in it, I think I'd like to play, yes.
I suppose because it's another collaboration with Stephen and you played a part in that, people kind of...
Of course, yes. Yeah. Also, it's a great part.
I mean, what sort of person do you think you'd have in mind for Dracula himself?
Well, that's a very good question. Or herself. No, that's a mistake. That'll hold me for the next 10 years. Well, it's a very interesting question because in Stoker's novel, he is an old man who does get younger. That's rarely done. Gary Oldman did it, and it's rarely done. That's quite interesting. But obviously, the point of Dracula is that he's the first sort of Byronic vampire. He's the first one that set pulses racing. The vampire tradition up to Stoker is much more horrible. And I remember reading a book when I was a child, a pre-Dracula book, and when they find the vampire, it's kind of fat, like a slug, full of blood, and its mouth is all gory. And I was horrified by that because, you kind of grow up with them as the idea of Dracula being much more sophisticated. So it's a question of where we land on that scale, really. No idea who it's going to be. No.
Whoever looks most like a giant slug, basically.
We're not going to go down that model, I think.
So you're appearing in Christopher Robin soon, I think. What can you tell us about that?
I can tell you that it's almost certainly going to change its name because there was another film with the same name, wasn't there? Just before Christmas. Yes, I have no idea when it's out. I mean, all the animation has to be done, which probably means it's about 10 years off. But I had a lovely time doing that with Ewan McGregor and Hayley Atwell and Winnie the Pooh.
I went to a Disney sort of preview recently and they showed some footage.
Oh, did they?
And what they always say is the animation's not quite finished yet. And normally that means there's some drawings in there, whatever. In this case, it meant just they were soft toys that he was talking to, so he looked a bit unwell.
Yes, well, they were on set. They're beautiful because they're like nursery toys, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, so he just looked like he was mad.
So, the standard question, are you any closer to an idea of making some more Sherlock?
An idea of it? Well, we're doing Dracula, which is going to take 2 years at least. We're not going to be doing Sherlock whilst we're doing Dracula, so it's not going to happen in the immediate future. Never say never, but no, we don't have an idea. Oh, yes, sorry, I'm creeping forward.
That's fine, thank you.
Like Dracula.